The Do This podcast is part of the Win, Make, Give podcast network. Join Chad Hyams and Elizabeth Du as they dive into the strategies behind Elizabeth's thriving real estate business in Southern California. Elizabeth is a seasoned real estate professional with over 25 years of experience. Discover how she leverages a mix of client events, educational classes, and robust database management to achieve an impressive 82% return rate from her clientele. This episode offers valuable lessons for realtors aiming to grow their business through authentic connections and strategic planning. We hope you enjoy this episode of the Do This podcast presented by Brivity.
Welcome to the Do This webinar. That's right. It's simple. And folks, we've gone above and beyond today. Not because Bob's away again, 2 weeks in a row of just us. Okay. Not because of that, because of our guest. Because if you know her last name, we should have opened the Do This webinar series with Liz Du. Right? I mean, just perfect. What took us so long to get you on the webinar? Welcome to the Do This webinar, Liz.
Thank you, Chad. I'm so happy to be here and love your energy.
Well, I'm just faking it. No, I just had a cappuccino. I'm good to go. Believe me, and you're going to get it. All right, Liz, we don't do bios on these kinds of calls, yet we want to know who you are, where you are. Give us a little history as to who Liz is and tell us something most people might not know about you while you're at it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in SoCal, California, a beautiful place, great weather, but also we have really good average price points here. So we're like at about $1.1 million. When I started my career, though, in this area 25 years ago, my average sales price was $350,000. So I do understand some of the pains in other parts of the nation, but we are now blessed over here with really nice price point. I have a team of 29 people. I'm with Keller Williams Realty. We're definitely set up like a mega team. And inside of our team component we have is a property management side of our business, because a lot of people here in our market, they have generational wealth. So they keep a lot of their real estate for their family and their children. So we have a very long-term relationship business of 82% repeat and referral business.
Wow. That's a big number. And the fact that you actually even know that number, wow, means 4 out of every 5 clients you help, you will help again.
Yes. And so we are big on our database. And we're also big on events for our clients and also classes about teaching about financial freedom and legacy planning for their future, because I now represent close to 3 to 4 generations of families now in my career.
Wow. Amazing. Now tell me something most people don't know about you, or a really interesting fact.
When I'm really stressed out, I love to eat nachos.
Nachos. Excellent. Like the bad gas station ones with the really bad cheese that's all over that crap, or like good nachos?
No, the most cheapest nachos available.
Perfect. All right, folks. Now you know, just some queso and some chips, and you got a happy girl over there in Liz Du. Liz, you know, I hear you on the price point, and you say, you know, we've got this nice price point, which means you get nicer size checks. Yet, folks, it's not everything you imagine, because, of course, it costs that much more. Right. So let's be clear. Yes, you might be selling a $500,000 home. Liz might be selling a $1 million home, yet it's probably costing Liz twice as much to live where she is with all the expenses that they have out there. So don't get all excited and say, I'm moving to California because the prices are so high. Here's the thing. Liz can remember, and Liz, you're not that old. So Liz can remember when she started in the business, $300,000 price point, you were saying. What I want everyone to hear is, over the years that Liz has been in business, values have tripled in her area. Imagine if every listing you went on with the mindset of, how do I purchase this listing? Because at some point it will triple in value as you go. That's what I want you to hear when Liz talks about that. Now, Liz, we've got to focus on this 80. I mean, you know, before the call, we had about 2 minutes to connect. And you said, Chad, I don't even know what we're talking. Okay, 82% return business. That's what we're talking about, right? You said you do it mostly through events, educational opportunities, and of course your database. And let's save the database follow-up stuff because you're using Brivity to make that happen. Let's save that for later. You want to go for events first, so I dive onto that one, or do you want to go with these educational classes? Because I'm not hearing that from enough people.
Yeah, let's go with events first
Okay.
because our team is close to about 200 units a year. And about 5,000 past clients. Okay.
Wow.
So what I was finding was, I used to be a solo agent before I built the team. So a lot of these clients were just mine. But what I started seeing is that we were losing touch with our clients because we were becoming so large that we weren't doing a great job touching our clients. So we have an annual client party. That's our biggest party of the year. This year will be our 15th annual. We never stopped the event, even during COVID. So we continued pushing forward. We did a drive-by during COVID where we passed out, goodies and stuff, and everyone drove away. But actually, we made everyone decorate their car and do something fun. But we've never not done it. And this event, every year, we are now at the highest amount was 550 people came.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we have to do that event. It's huge. Even if the client doesn't attend, you guys have to understand that when you're sending information to your database, they see that you're community. They can't make it, but they always skip. Like some will come every 5 years, right? I've had one family I hadn't seen for 8 years. They finally came and they said, "We see all the emails that you're sending us, the newsletters, and it looks so fun, but every year it just never worked out for us." So when I started seeing that some people wasn't working out for them, then I started doing a survey of where our clients are in their life. Okay, so we have some that have children, some that are, you know, empty nesters now, some that are, completely retired and kids are aging, all types of things. So then we started creating classes that relate to different demographics.
All right, let's save classes. Let's save classes. Let's stay focused on these events. How many events do you do a year? Do you just do the client appreciation event once a year, or are you doing quarterly events?
Largest, that's once a year because it's very expensive now to hold these.
Okay.
And then we have Easter egg hunt, we have the Halloween event, we have Shred Day, that's for the farm and the community. And then we have our classes, which are only there's 4 in a row that talk about legacy planning.
Okay. So there's 4 classes they could attend, which are events in their own right. We'll dive into them specifically. There's the egg hunt. So that's Easter, folks, March, April, right? We've got, you said the Halloween, that's October, almost November, really, as we know Halloween's that last day. So you've split those really nice on the calendar. Okay. Shred Day falls where?
That's always in the spring.
Always in the spring. So just after Easter, we're going to have the Shred Day falls in there. And then we have the annual, the party, which is when?
End of October.
So that's right around the Halloween time.
Yes.
Okay. So folks, we've split them. We understand, and Liz and her team understand, not everyone's coming to everything.
Right.
Yet you were saying, Liz, and I love that you're saying, they're getting the invites. So that's a touch. Right.
Yeah.
They're getting probably more than one invite. They're maybe getting a follow-up saying, "Oh, here's what happened at the shred. Here are all the photos," or "Here's the kids at the cute costumes." So you're using it whether they show up or don't show up. You're getting multiple touches out of each and every event.
Yes, exactly. And we're showcasing community. Okay.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah, we're showcasing community is we have a nonprofit, Generation Elevate, and we do a lot of giving in December. We also do a summer intern program. And so our clients, again, they're seeing all of this. So I get clients now and say, "Hey, Liz, I know you do a lot of volunteer work and community work. Do you mind sponsoring my kids' baseball league or this and that?" All kinds of emails pour into us. So we know they're looking at our newsletters.
Okay. So you know they're paying attention to the stuff you're sending, even if they're not responding, even if they're not coming. And folks, here's the thing. You drive down the highway and you pass a golden arch on the side of the highway. Even if you didn't stop to eat at McDonald's, your brain just registered it. You saw it.
Yes.
Right. So it's the branding that Liz is taking advantage of, that when they think real estate, their brain's going to remember Liz because they keep seeing her images again and again and again, and her name and her team, and it pops up in multiple places. It's that short-term memory that has room for only one item in there. And Liz, it's you when they think real estate.
That's right. You nailed it.
Okay, so we're doing these events. Are they all huge? Or like, is the Easter egg as big as the, client appreciation party? Or is it just the client appreciation party is every year we outdo ourselves and the others are just smaller events? Do they have to be big? Tell me about them if our
Yeah.
audience wants to rip off and duplicate your events.
Yeah, don't overcomplicate things, right? I mean, I do tell people about our client party and they get overwhelmed hearing like, "Oh my gosh, how are you getting 500 people to show up?" Focus on even your top 40 or 50 clients. So recently I did a top VIP event because what I was trying to accomplish was getting all my high net worth people out and thanking them for 25 years of me being in business. So I picked the top 100 and 70 people showed, which is great. That's a 70% turnout. And guess what? It was a beautiful event. I had great conversations with everyone. And guess what happened after the event? Hey, Liz, I need to invest in something, or we need to move some assets and da, da, da. I end up having so many appointments and calls after that.
And it definitely pays for itself because of that, because you're purposeful about who you chose to be there, purposeful about the conversations you were having there, and you already have relationship with these people. So pouring into them obviously is going to return because they've already poured into you and you've been pouring into them for a long period of time.
Exactly. And I'll leave it with one more. One of my agents, she's big on, health and fitness, and she loves animals. So she asked me, can we do a yoga event at our office and we'll have puppies there? And I'm like, okay, that's her thing. And that was her kind of her vibe and her people. And there was probably about 38 people that signed up. Hers was like huge turnout. And
Sure.
that's her vibe, right? And that's what I'm saying. Um, Go after what circle and energy that you have. So that way it's a successful event and you feel that it was fun and you don't feel like it's a lot of work.
That is a great tip. Folks, hear what Liz just shared with you. Don't force an event because it has to be an Easter egg hunt, right? Find what is your passion. Bring people along. Have a pickleball tournament, right? Go rent some court somewhere. Do puppy yoga, right? All the things. Maybe it's a quilt party and you're gonna all get together and stitch. And so if that's whatever your things are, if it's more authentic to you, it's going to be a stronger connection to those who choose to come.
Beautiful. Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about these classes, because this is a missed opportunity, I think, for people. They go to classes. I mean, people who are here, folks, you're in a class right now. You understand that, right? You're watching this. You are in a class. So we as entrepreneurs and growth-minded people, we naturally go to classes, yet we don't always offer the classes. So you said you have a 4-part series on legacy building?
Yes. So again, going back to generational wealth, I was seeing a lot of change in my client situations. So we started creating a legacy series that talked about, and it's very simple. Do you have a living trust? No, you need to go to this class. Yes, you have a living trust, but it's outdated. Go to this class. You're nearing retirement. Did you do all the proper planning? Go to this class. Do you want to leave something behind for your children where they're able to enjoy this now or later? Go to this class. And then what we started finding out was a lot of the parents were saying, I want to gift money, inheritance early to my children so they can enjoy it now. But the children did not want to come with them. So then we created another class called how is it to buy your first home? And we told the parents, send your children alone, let them learn on their own. So those events had to be very different. They had to be later in the afternoon on a Saturday. Older people will come to the earlier class at 11. The younger wants to, enjoy life and everything and come at 2 o'clock. And we would have, champagne or fun drinks, whatever, fun food. Orange County is known for all the crazy fun food that we have here. So you have to cater to the generation.
That's again a great point, folks. Know your target audience.
Yes.
Right. And Liz gave you 5 different classes there in that plan, from the younger people to the I'm at this age where maybe I'm starting a family. They're not old enough they need to come to buy the house class. But I should be thinking about the living trust, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm at the retirement age. My kids are probably out of school. I'm starting to now be at this stage in my life. And you have to cater to those people. The younger adults want fun. The older adults want, easy going. Yes, we like fun, yet easy going. And you've got to cater to them. And that's a really good piece of advice to add in there. Again, now they're getting the invites, so they're touches. They're getting follow up, so there's touches that are going out for all of that. And then, are you the expert? Or when it comes to like the living trust, are you bringing in a preferred partner and letting them be the expert and you're just the one bringing people together?
Chad, excellent question, because this is my way to network with attorneys, CPAs, and financial advisors. So by us bringing them business, then that reciprocates into business for you. So a majority of my contacts throughout my 25 years is repeat referral business, but also through my alliances with the professionals. So I receive a lot of referrals from my trust attorneys now that have probate deals, trust sales. My CPAs are sending me business. People need to invest in real estate because they have too much tax burden, right? My financial advisor clients are sending me business because their clients are aging and they have properties that are no longer working for them. So this is going to give you even more business. So you got to bring value to them and they'll bring value back to you.
And folks, it doesn't happen overnight.
Mhm.
And that's what realtor, I want my lender to now bring me back. No, you got to feature them. You got to, right, help them build it up. Then they'll give back to you. Yes, at the beginning, they might help sponsor an event because they're the host or the guest speaker or something. Yet, if you truly want to build a business the way Liz is talking about building it, that's long-term relationships. So you've developed that trust, care, and that bond between those people that they're trusting to give you their people as much as you're trusting to let them in front of yours.
Yes. And I'll give you a little tip. If you happen to be on the side of a transaction where there was an attorney replying to an email of some sort, and then they were helping to close a deal because it was a trust or probate deal, after that transaction, go to the attorney's office and drop off a gift at the closing. I mean, that's how I built the relationship, because the attorney was like, I've never had anyone drop a gift off for me. And that's exactly how it all started.
There you go, folks. Take care of those alliance partners as much as you take care of your clients, because they are a feeder for more alliance partners and more potential opportunities for you as an agent.
That's right.
Love that. Okay. And then the third thing you had talked about briefly, it was classes, it was events, and it was just staying in touch with your people regularly. What does that look like? Are you sending a newsletter every week, every month? Are you emailing them 700 times a year? Are you texting them? Tell us a little bit about what your annual touch plan looks like to retain mind share with your people.
Yeah. So let's go to the marketing team before I go to the sales team. So
Okay.
the marketing team is responsible for sending a newsletter out once a month to our sphere of influence. Okay.
Yep.
And then from a weekly basis, It's based on the farm. Okay, so we actually stopped mailing to the farm. I have 5 farms, 5 cities, by the way, not just little
Not just little 200 home subdivisions. You're talking,
cities.
Burbank, California.
Yes. So our team is in the top 5 of 5 cities.
Wow.
So all the data that we have collected over the last 25 years is in the database. And so those people are tagged, obviously, or they have a city associated with them. So let's just use the city that I'm in right now in this office is Fountain Valley. So if we get a new listing that's in Fountain Valley, then the marketing team sends a postcard via email to the farm that's in our database. So we are not mailing anymore. We just stopped because we're finding that we're taking market share now without sending postcards. We're sending it through the database through Brivity.
Yep.
So that's one piece. Then that's multiple cities, okay, that we're doing per week. And then we're letting the audience know that these are all of our open houses this weekend. So my team has an average of 18 open houses a weekend,
How many agents did you say you had again?
12 of us.
There's 12 agents, and there's on average 18 open houses a weekend from those 12 agents.
Yes, we double up obviously on some.
Obviously. Okay.
So we're taking market share by doing a lot of the old school stuff, but yet we're not mailing anymore, but we're using the database. We're doing open houses and we're door knocking. So when we door knock, which is an old school method, we're getting an email to get into the database. The shred day is so easy to get an email. Shred day costs us $600. Usually about 100 to 150 people show up. We got all their emails. We know what city they live in. They go into the database. Fountain Valley, email. And then now we're sending them, hey, we got a new listing. Hey, we're doing another open house. So it's a constant repeat cycle. That's from the
Excellent.
marketing.
Okay. And Bob would ask right now if he were here, do you have all of them also on a market report? Like when they go into Brivity and you have an address and an email address from them, are you click market report immediately so that they're getting the follow-up from Brivity, even behind the scenes stuff you're not even thinking about for more touches?
Bob's not here, but he's honest right now because we switched into Brivity a year ago and we have a massive database coming in. So we have a lot of homework that we're working through. So to answer your question, up until 3 months ago, everyone's on a market report now, and we're going back and doing the homework to get everyone into a market report.
There you go. Okay. Use the tools that are there for you, folks. I want, before you go on to the sales team, you mentioned marketing team, they're doing the newsletter, they're doing this. You use the term sphere of influence when you talked about your newsletter, yet you've used the term database when you're talking about, sending out the just listed email postcard and stuff. Are those words interchangeable to you, or do they mean different things? And if so, can you define that for our audience?
Yes. So SOI, sphere of influence to us is if those of you with Keller Williams, then those are met. So you have a 12-to-2 ratio picking up some sort of business from that category, which is over 5,000 people for us. Then the have not met is that cold business that we're trying to, like a gold mine, we're trying to shake it and get it to talk to us. So that's the 50-to-1 ratio. So we need to keep touching them until we can get them to, engage with us, so to speak.
And then the idea is move them from database to SOI, sphere of influence, because now they've raised their hand, worked with us, we've met them in your wording. Folks, I'll give you another definition just so you think about it. Your sphere are people who know you, know what you do, and would refer you. Okay. Know you, know what you do, and would refer you. So if their best friend is a real estate agent and they're not going to refer you, no matter how good friends they are with you, if they're not going to give you business, they don't belong in your sphere, right? Database is anybody who you've gathered any information from, their email, their phone number, their mailing address. That's the bulk people that we've just collected. They came to the shred day. We got their info. They came to an open house. We've never heard from them again, sort of stuff. That's another way separated. Okay, so your marketing team was dealing with some of it. Your sales team is also doing some touch work in there to make sure we stay top of mind. What are your agents, sales team side of the business required to do?
Yes, so we'll start with their sphere of influence. So they are required to have an auto plan for their sphere. And the
Okay.
auto plan will remind them, hey, text your client, hey, email them, reach out to them, say hello, stop by, whatever. So
Custom auto plan, or are you just grabbing one of the ones that Brivity already has built and said, that's a good one?
we just pick this, I think there's one that's called sphere of influence, and it literally open, you got to open up your dashboard in the morning. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the hardest thing, folks. You've got to open up your Brivity, right?
Yeah, sorry, it's not going to do it for you, but it'll remind me, oh, it's, John Smith. Oh my God, I haven't talked to him in so long. And just text him, say I was thinking about you, or hey, I drove by your house the other day. I didn't stop by, but thought about you or something, simple as that.
Okay. So the
That's
team's doing that. They're following the auto plan, which is forcing them to stay in touch through calls, text, emails that are direct to their sphere of influence.
Yes. And then, so that's their SOI business. Now, the have not met, so that's the met, excuse me. Then the
Yep.
have not met is them digging through the database and finding a category to focus on so they can get business out of the database. Because we've essentially created our own Zillow. So there's no reason for our team. We do not buy leads. We haven't
Don't
bought
need to.
in years. So what we're doing is working through the database and trying to get everyone in there on some sort of plan. Because again, we just switched to Brivity recently.
Okay. And Brivity's happy to have you. Okay. We've got 3 minutes left. Maybe it's go back over something we talked about. Maybe it's something I didn't even ask you about that you're like, Chad, I've got to share with anybody watching this. This is something that we've done, did, are doing, whatever it is. Give us 2 or 3 minutes to wrap this episode of Do This up with some value for everybody listening on top of what you've already shared.
I think the most exciting one is recently been the open house app. So Bob told us about it. We were like, whatever, Bob. We'll do it when we get to, because we're doing our best to get through all these homework assignments. But basically, we had a huge Twilight event in our farm area that we have, and we knew we are going to have close to 150 people come through this night open house. And so we said, hey, we're going to use the Brivity app. So we check people in through the open house app, and basically it's amazing. You get their emails, and now the listing alert sends to them like automatically, and we're like, oh my God. So it did it for us. And there was all this like takeaways and ahas from the team. So now everyone's doing it. And so what we did after that open house is we got 2 more listings in the farm. So it was so easy for our marketing team to send those people, the street was Caladium, send Caladium leads to let them know about Azalea and Margarita, which is in the same area. And we're like, I mean, we couldn't believe it. Like it was that easy.
Folks, if you're here, you're probably using Brivity or you're checking out Brivity. If you're checking out this lesson plan that we're giving to you, if you have Brivity and you are not using the open house app, you better not be doing open houses, right? Because there's no excuse. They love filling things in on an iPad. They think they better type the correct email address because the computer is going to check it right there. When they fill it out on paper, they'll make things up so that you have false information, and they get immediate follow-up because the plan is already built when they register on the open house app. Folks, if you're not using it, check it out. If you're not doing client appreciation parties, maybe some classes and some legacy building lessons that people would want to actually listen to. If you're not having a plan in place using Brivity to follow up with your database and your sphere of influence, you are missing out. And Liz just showed you she might have a few years head start on some of you in the business. So she might have had a larger database to work with. Yet it doesn't matter the size of it. It matters what you do with it. And Brivity just helps you make that happen. Liz, thank you so much for joining us today, sharing some value with everybody here. Remind them how they get a hold of you if they got a lead going into your area or they want to just reach out and connect.
Elizabeth Doe Team is our Instagram. So please follow us and we'd love to hear from you. And also, I am an open book. So anything you need, I'm here for you.
All right. Contact them through Instagram. It's the easiest way, the Elizabeth Doe Team. And then if you got a referral for her, she'll be happy to help you with that as well. Liz, thanks so much for taking the time today.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Bob's back next week. Join us both. We'll speak to you then.